This week, I want to talk about phobias. Those seemingly irrational fears that make no sense to your friends and family because आप लिफ्ट में चढ़ने से मना कर देते हो या travel plans change हो जाते हैं because you refuse to get into water. A phobia, as per Johns Hopkins Medicine website, is an uncontrollable, irrational and lasting fear of a certain object, situation or activity. This fear can be so overwhelming that a person may go to great lengths to avoid the source of this fear. Phobia एक काफ़ी common mental health issue है और ये तब भी होता है when there is no real danger. Phobia का effect or impact can range from annoying to severely disabling. People with phobias also know that their fear is irrational, but they are unable to do anything about it. Such fears can interfere with work, school and personal relationships. Broad category में phobia 4 किस्म के होते हैं. Fears of the natural environment, fears related to animals, fear related to medical treatments or issues, fear related to specific situations. अब मैं कुछ common phobias के बारे में बात करूंगी. Number 1, claustrophobia. ये एक fairly common phobia है जो लोगों को enclosed spaces में होता है और इसका सबसे common example है lifts. Sometimes the fear of flying is actually more closely linked to a fear of enclosed spaces. People with this fear say that they feel like the walls are closing in on them. Acrophobia or the fear of heights. This fear can lead to anxiety attacks and avoidance of high places. People who suffer from this phobia may go to great lengths to avoid high places like tall buildings, mountains or even towers and bridges. While in some cases, this fear of heights may be the result of a traumatic experience, current thinking suggests that this fear may actually have evolved as an adaptation to an environment in which a fall from a height posed significant danger. Agoraphobia. Agoraphobia is the fear of being alone in a situation or place जहाँ से बच के निकलना मुश्किल हो. This type of phobia may include fear of crowded areas, open spaces or situations that are likely to trigger a panic attack. People will begin avoiding these trigger events, sometimes to the point that they cease leaving their homes entirely. 2016 की राधिका आप्टे की मूवी फोबिया में इस कंडीशन को दर्शाया गया है. Approximately 1/3 of people with panic disorder develop agoraphobia. ये develop होता है between late adolescence at mid-30s. ये ज़्यादातर औरतों को affect करता है. Agoraphobia. This is a phobia I have had for the longest time due to a near drowning experience as a child. Though I love beaches, despite me loving beaches, इस phobia की वजह से मेरा experience दूसरों से काफ़ी अलग रहा है. But over time, I have also managed to get better. And this brings me to the question, is there a treatment for phobia? The best treatment for specific phobias is a form of psychotherapy called exposure therapy. The goal of treatment is to improve quality of life so that you are no longer limited by your phobias. In psychotherapy, talking with a mental health professional can help you manage your specific phobia. Exposure therapy and cognitive behavioral therapy are the most effective treatments. Exposure therapy focuses on changing your response to the object or situation that you fear. Gradual, repeated exposure to the source of your specific phobia and the related thoughts, feelings and sensations may help you to learn manage your anxiety. For example, अगर आपको लिफ्ट से चढ़ने में डर लगता है तो थेरेपी में प्रोग्रेस from simply thinking about getting into a lift to looking at one to going near a lift to stepping inside and taking a floor. But this should always be done under the supervision of a licensed medical practitioner. Cognitive behavioral therapy or CBT. This involves exposure combined with other techniques to learn ways to view and cope with a feared object or situation differently. You learn alternative beliefs about your fears and bodily sensations and the impact they've had on your life. CBT से आप अपने thoughts और feelings पे mastery develop करते हो जो आपको confidence देता है instead of feeling overwhelmed. कभी-कभी medications का भी use किया जाता है to help reduce the anxiety and panic symptoms due to phobia. Some of these are beta blockers. They block the stimulating effects of adrenaline such as increased heart rate, elevated blood pressure, pounding heart, shaking voice and limbs that are caused by anxiety. Sedatives. Medications called benzodiazepines help you relax by reducing the amount of anxiety you feel. इसके अलावा mindfulness strategies can prove helpful in learning how to tolerate anxiety and reduce avoidance behaviors. Relaxation techniques such as deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation or yoga may help cope with anxiety and stress. Exercise may be helpful in managing anxiety associated with specific phobias along with giving endorphins that combat negative feelings and thoughts. You can also consider joining a support group where you can connect with others who understand what you're going through. Phobias illogical fears तो है, but uncommon नहीं है, nor are you messed up in some way for having a phobia. You can live a healthy life despite having a phobia if you take steps to address it. The first step is acceptance instead of dismissing, and the rest can follow. माइंड ओवर मैटर का अगर ये एपिसोड आपको अच्छा लगा तो प्लीज़ इस वीडियो को लाइक और शेयर करें और हमारे यूट्यूब चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें। हमें हमारे सोशल मीडिया हैंडल्स पे भी फॉलो करें।